For the next few weeks, the vast majority of iPhone 13 buying advice will be ever so strangely fixated on whether or not it's a compelling upgrade from the iPhone 12. And spoiler alert, it's not. It's totally not. It never is. Not year over year, not for any iPhone. And no one expects it to be. Not even Apple. I'm Rene Ritchie. Thanks Ting for sponsoring. And this is how the iPhone market actually works. Now, yes, of course, there are some people who are just genuinely conflicted about upgrading from last year's model to this year's because money is tight and FOMO is so real. And for sure, you all are just disproportionately represented in Twitter threads and in YouTube comments because self-selection. But most iPhone owners, an overwhelming majority of iPhone owners, just don't upgrade every year. They don't even think about it, not seriously. And I'll get to why that is in a bubble bursting minute. But even for those of us like myself who do upgrade every year, it's still mostly not even a real question. Mostly. First, because of annual upgrade programs from Apple and various carriers, which means you just get the new iPhone whenever it's launched anyway. That's why Apple and carriers offer these programs to begin with. iPhone basically as a service. I mean, why sell what you can lease? I'm just straight up waiting for it to become part of the Apple One bundle already. Then there's the early, even immediate adopter part of the market, which some people think is mainly, maybe totally the tech enthusiast market, but is really just a money is no object market. It's affluent people who automatically get the latest and greatest all the time, or people who want to be seen as affluent, you know, for the flex or both. It's why Apple always has at least one big visually distinct new design element, like an extra camera or a repositioned camera or a new color, green one year, blue the next, so you can show, so everyone will know that you have the latest and greatest iPhone 2 Flex. Then there are the people who really want those new features, especially new camera features, because the iPhone really is the only camera you always have with you, and you can never go back in time and take better pictures or videos of your kids or your trips. So you always want to make sure you have the absolute best camera with you. And that significantly changes the value proposition. It's why Apple spends so much time and effort on improving and showing off those new camera systems every year. And if for some reason you aren't on an upgrade program and don't have the extra money, it's just so super easy, barely an inconvenience to sell off a previous iPhone when resale prices are at their absolute peak, and then use that money to pay down most of the cost of the new iPhone the very minute it lands. That's what all the 9,000 IQs have been doing going on years now, because Apple invests so much in build quality, new materials, even software updates, that iPhones don't just last as long as possible, but retain the most value possible, whether we keep them, sell them, or just hand them down. And then, yes, sure, there are us tech aficionados who fit into any of the above categories, who just have to have the new iPhone to talk about it in our videos, on our blogs, or even just to our circle of family and friends and colleagues, because that is who we are, the tech person, and we gotta do us, because Apple and the iPhone get so much attention at launch every year, and we want some of that attention, as much of it as we can get. But for most people, the preponderance of people, when they get a new iPhone, they stay on that iPhone for years. Previously, it was around 2 years, just because that was the most common cell phone contract length, back when cell phone contracts were still common. But now, as the market has matured and there are less and less differences between the model years, and Apple has made build quality so good and OS support so long, its upgrade cycles are trending past 3 years towards 4 years or more. And I mean, the 2015 iPhone 6s and 2016 OG iPhone SE are getting iOS 15 in 2021, which is like 6 years of updates. And that's why every year, most of the people upgrading to the latest iPhone aren't upgrading from the previous year's iPhone at all, but from an around 3 or 4 year old iPhone, which means this year, most of the people upgrading won't be upgrading from an iPhone 12, but from an iPhone 8, maybe iPhone 10 or 10s, maybe 11 if you stretch it. And for them, for you, if you're one of them, it'll be the sum of all of those upgrades that matter. And that could be the current design, the several years better camera, features like HDR or 5G or whatever makes it worth it to you. It's also why Apple makes new iPhones every year. Same as TV companies and car companies make new TVs and cars every year. Not because they expect everyone to buy the new model every year, but because they know some people will be buying any given year. And sure, a flashy new feature or few can sometimes pull some of those upgrades forward, at least a little. So some of the people still on the fence will get up off of that fence a little earlier than they would have otherwise. And Apple can plan out and pay down new technologies a few at a time to better manage costs and smooth out pricing. But for us, it means any year we do decide to upgrade to a new iPhone, it's a fresh new iPhone, not a stale years old iPhone, so it'll last as long as it possibly can last and get iOS updates for as long as it possibly can, so you can wait as long as you need to before upgrading again. And you can save as absolutely much as you possibly can before you upgrade, even by smashing your phone bill in half, which has just never been easier thanks to today's sponsor, Ting. Get talk and text for just $10 a month, data plan starting at $15, unlimited from $45. Whether you use 2 or 20 gigabytes a month, you can find the perfect plan on Ting for you and your family. And Ting works with all the latest iPhones and Pixels and all the Galaxy Flips and Folds, pretty much anything with a SIM card. You can keep your existing number if you want to, plus you get access to the best nationwide coverage in America, as well as Ting's award-winning customer support. Just go to rene.ting.com to check out the plans and see how much you can save, because it could be a lot. And because you're watching this video, you'll also get $25 off. Just click the link below or go to rene.ting.com and get $25 off. Clicking on that link really helps out the channel, and so does hitting up this playlist for my complete iPhone 13 coverage. Literally everything you need to know. So hit it up, and I'll see you in the next video.